Hey, Bayek, it's me, Ian. And in today's video, well, I'm continuing my look at classic Doctor Who, the third and fourth Doctors, the golden age of Doctor Who. And this is a fourth Doctor story. It is Underworld from 1978. Now, this is the 15th season, which ran from 1977 to 1978. It's the fifth story. Previously, we had the Sunmakers, and then the final story of this season will be the Invasion of Time from 1978, which, of course, Leela says her farewells. Yes. Oh dear. Oh, it's sad, isn't it? Anyhow, let's get into this story. This was transmitted on the 7th to 28th of January 1978. 4 episodes. It's written by a team we know now, Bob Baker and Dave Martin. Great combination. They have such a lot of ambitious ideas when they're writing their scripts, which sometimes are quite difficult to fulfill on screen, but yes, they are. They're very ambitious in their stories. Now, it's directed by Norman Stewart, who had a history in terms of being involved in as a production assistant at various stages, going right back even to the first Doctor, second Doctor, third Doctor. It made some stories being an assistant, but he got now his debut as a director, and he was to go on to direct one more, The Power of Kroll. That's the Key to Time series. That's 1978 to 1979, which of course is the 16th season. Yes, so get that in. And of course, the script editor is now Anthony Reed, and the producer is Graham Williams. So they're getting, well, they are, but now very much established in this first season for them. Excellent it is. Now, I should give you a few backgrounds to the recording of this. It's a story which is studio bound, and it's affected a lot, and I mean a lot, by money. They just didn't simply have the money to build all these sets. So they used a color separation overlay technique against a blue screen. They then would superimpose the models and of the sets, really. They could put them against this screen, saves a hell of a lot of money, and that's what they had to do. I think it's quite effective. It's okay, yeah. It's Doctor Who. It's what we expect, isn't it? Yes. So those were quite a major considerations with this story. The fact that there were budget limitations. Cost of living in this particular period, the inflation rates were really getting big, and it was affecting Doctor Who, and they had to make, they couldn't go over budget. They had to stick with what they had, and Graham Williams had to make sure they stuck in budget. Yeah, so let's get into the cast. Yes, of course, we've got Tom Baker as the fourth Doctor. And we've got Louise Jameson as Leela. And what a great team they are. Wonderful. I love them. And then we've got John Leeson, who now is the voice of K9, because K9's around quite a lot, isn't he? Yes. Right. Now, let's get into the actors. We've got James Maxwell, who plays Jackson. He was in The Damned, 1963, which was a Joseph Losey Hammer film. I've mentioned this, I've reviewed it on this channel. Love it. And then he was in The Evil of Frankenstein, another Hammer film from 1964. And he also was in a film called Ransom from 1974, which Sean Connery is involved in. Yes, there we are. Then we've got another actor who's maybe known to you. It's Alan Lake. He plays Eric. His name is linked very much with who he married, which is Diana Dawes, who was sort of very much a British legendary actress. And he was married to her and various things. It's kind of like a tragic story in many ways, as well, with him as an actor. A lot of problems, alcoholism, and he ended up taking his life when she had died as well. It's a sad story. He was in Blake 7, episode Aftermath from 1980. Also, it's funny I mentioned Hammer. He was in a Hammer House of Mystery and Suspense. That was the second TV Hammer series they did in 1984. He was in an episode called Paint Me a Murder, which is a really great episode. He was in that. Those were just stood out. He was in some sort of British typical sex comedies of that era, Mary Millington and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, that's Alan Lake. And then we've got Jonathan Newth, who plays Orff. Now, films that stand out for him: Far from the Magnum Crowd, 1967, Julie Christie. North Sea Hijack, 1980. We've come across that one before. It's an action film. Roger Moore. Yes, brilliant. Those were the two films that stand out. Then we've got Imogen Bickford Smith, who plays Tala. I love that name, Bickford Smith. Yeah. Now, she was in The Meaning of Life, the Monty Python film, which is absolutely superb. I love the Monty Python film. That's from 1983. And she was in A Fish Called Wanda. That's the John Cleese film with Jamie Lee Curtis, 1988. What a film that is. Yes, she was in that. Fantastic. Then we've got James Marcus, who plays Rask. He was in, well, quite a leading role as well. He's one of the gang in A Clockwork Orange from 1971. Kubrick's classic, A Clockwork Orange. Malcolm McDowell starring in that. And this actor is also one of the gang. 1971, that. And then he was in another British gangster classic with Roger Daltrey, McVicker, 1980. Yes. Brilliant. So those are just some of the main actors in this story. Now, what is this story about? And then we might link it up with what the themes are, why the script went in its direction it did. Right. Now, the crew of this alien spaceship, which the Doctor and Leela, of course, land on, they're called Minions. It's a Minion not Minions, the animated ones I've heard of. We won't talk about them, but Minion spaceship. They're going on 100,000 year quest, as you do, in search of this ship, which contains a genetic bank that would restore the minion species. So they're on this quest, right? And they're after that. But we also learn that they had very early involvement with the Time Lords. Yes, the Time Lords are well known to them. And things didn't go well. Didn't go well at all. And in the end, the Time Lords totally said, after this experience, we're not going to get involved in other things. It was almost Star Trek idea of not getting involved, letting worlds develop. But of course, as the Doctor knows, sometimes the Time Lords do get involved. But there we are. So this story is involving this quest and then meeting up as they go on this quest into finding this on this planet that they go into. We get all the caves, and this is where the budget is limited. And it's really like a story. This is what the writers were looking for of Greek mythology. So you're immediately thinking of Jason and the Argonauts and Jason and the Golden Fleet. There are names and that which are obviously related to the Greek names and what have you. But you'd be rather pushed, if you ask me, to actually see. You can see aspects of the story, but that is stretching it, because I think the script hasn't quite worked out as well as they expected. And what with the budget limitations we do, and maybe the direction is a bit lackluster as well, maybe, I don't know. I won't say it's terrible. It's, I don't know, it just doesn't quite work as well as it should. It is considered one of the weaker episodes, and is not now, even now, I don't think seen very favourably. But looking at it from an entertaining point of view, it's still entertaining. They maybe isn't the same humour even that we've expected with the Fourth Doctor. Again, that's a script problem, which is a shame. It really is to have that it's not there. So I see it as entertaining, but not Tom Baker's one of his better episodes. Far from it. No, it's definitely a weaker one, and there isn't that many weaker episodes. But I'll tell you what, I'd rather watch this. It makes more entertaining than that news stuff that they've just been putting on. The modern Doctor Who. This is far more entertaining than that, definitely by a mile. But yes, this is it really. That's how it is, and I like it. And it's a classic Doctor Who story. It's one well worth watching. You just accept its limitations and what it is, and it's still enjoyable. It's the Fourth Doctor and Leela. They're great together. Yeah, that's it. So I'll just show you like I normally do. It got a VHS release in 2002. It got a DVD release in 2010, and it got the season 15 Doctor Who the collection this year in 2024. So first, I'll just show you this. You've seen it at the side there, but there it is. There's some extras, of course, on here. The documentary is very good. There isn't a stack of extras as we've had on some, but it's still good. There's a very good documentary. And there's the usual leaflet with the information on that you get. excellent, these DVDs. Real worth having in your collection. And of course, I'll just show you this. There it is. Wow, look at that. Wow. This is such a great series. They're all on Blu-ray, and there's more extras on here about connected with the story, with even more. There's the back. Highly recommended. And that's it. Yes. So if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. We'll let you know when I put out these videos. And you can always look in the playlist. You'll see all that I've reviewed, and Doctor Who as well, and then all the other things I do, and films and TV series, music, and what have you. If you like this video, please give this video a like, because it then gets it out onto YouTube, and then other people might enjoy it and gets it into algorithms and all that. And if you've got any comments, please put your comments down, because I love to read your comments. I do. I'll reply to them all. And it all costs note. You can't say fairer than that. Buy it, you can't. And that's it. And so all I've got to say is, I'll see thee again.